let's talk about this next wave of venture capital and the dispersion of tech centers around the country. As you've looked at tech centers in unusual places like Wichita, name your place, what are the ingredients that make for success? What does that business need to have in terms of community support, educational support that will give it some momentum?
Well, of course, David, that's all in the book.
Give us a little tease.
So first, a little bit of history. The first wave of the internet, companies like America Online, but many others, actually was fairly geographically dispersed. We were in the Washington, D.C. area. Hayes, the big modem company, was in Atlanta, Georgia. IBM's PC operations were in Boca Raton, Florida. CompuServe, one of the first online services, was in Columbus, Ohio. Sprint, the communications company, was in Kansas City. Microsoft actually started in Albuquerque before moving to Seattle. So these are just some examples. I could give you a dozen others, several dozen others. It was actually regionally dispersed when we were standing up the internet, building the on-ramps to connect people to the internet. That was companies from all around the country. It was just the second wave of the internet when it shifted from building the internet to essentially building on top of the internet, software apps on top of the internet, Google, Facebook, you name it. That's when Silicon Valley rose to prominence, arguably dominance, because it was about software and coding and virality. In the third wave, where sort of the internet meets the real world, and it disrupts healthcare, education, food and agriculture, arguably the most important aspects of our lives and the biggest industries in the world. It's going to require a different mindset than just coding an app and dropping in the App Store and hoping you strike gold and it spreads. It's going to require partnerships around those because it's systems level change and things like healthcare. It's going to require navigating some interesting policy aspects, and a lot of the expertise, the domain expertise in those sectors are in different parts of the country, many in the middle of the country. Take healthcare, for example. MD Anderson in Texas, Mayo Clinic in Minnesota, Johns Hopkins in Maryland, Cleveland Clinic in Ohio. Those are some of the key partners you're going to need. So as a result, there's an opportunity for this to shift.